posted a short recently, a short video, and said, look, I've accidentally made something that looks a bit like bismuth. Do you want to know how to make it? Let me know. And it turns out a load of you did want to make it. Now, this is probably the most difficult, drawn out and complicated make ever. No, I'm joking. Watch on. We'll get this video done in about 5 minutes flat. You're going to be so disappointed. Well, maybe disappointed with it that it's not more fancy and complicated than you think, but also probably very, very pleased that, frankly, anybody could do this. All we need is a crystal mould, some resin, and I shall probably be using my Apex resin as usual. So we've got some of that. Frankly, any resin will do, but what I would say is don't go for a deep pour one. You want it to have a reasonable amount of thickness to it. So you want that, and then we want some glitter. Yes, this is the one that I did the more purple one with. It's called Sea Witch. Or maybe we could do, should we do the purpley one or should we do that one? Tell you what, let's do that one. Seriously, you're not going to believe this. You're going to work out in a minute, aren't you, what it is I'm doing. So, this one, let's use this one. This is called Dragon Scales, and it's from my usual glitter supplier of Jam Pot glitters. As you know, I sometimes use Glitter Stella as well. They do some stunning glitters. At the moment, I'm using a lot of Jam Pot glitters. So, here we go. Dead complicated. Not. We're going to mix up a ton of resin. Enough to fill this mould. It doesn't take as much as you would think. This resin is a 1-to-1, so it's reasonably, there you go, it's reasonably thick, but not excessively so. And that is chuck a ton of glitter in. Seriously, people, I'm letting the cat out of the bag. These beautiful, fancy looking crystals are just a load of glitter chucked in resin. I hope I built up the suspense with that. Do you want to see how to make it look I've accidentally made bismuth thing? I only did that because my other half said that's what it looked like, and then I went up and looked up some videos on bismuth and I thought, well, the colours are a bit like it, yeah. It's not the shapes though, bismuth makes crazy shapes. I would like to have a play with that one day. There you go, so chuck the glitter in. That's as complicated as it's going to get, I'm afraid. I do like a nice little fun, easy project, as you know. I'm easily pleased. And I'm just going to trickle it around like this a little bit around the mould, because I'm hoping it'll get into all the points, although with this amount of glitter in it, you're never going to notice if there's a bubble somewhere. But I do want to make sure I get some glitter into all of the points. That's why I'm going all the way around. Now we know glitter's going to sink. Not all of this will sink, some of the lighter, smaller bits won't, because this is a thickish resin. Well, not thickish. It's just not really watery like a deep pour. So we know some of it's going to sink, if not all of it. Now the lighter bits will stay on the surface. If you want to, you could sprinkle some on the back to make sure some stays on the top. But, you know, that's an optional extra. Now, I've mixed up too much, so the obvious thing to do is to chuck that into something. So I'll be doing that in a moment. I'm probably going to chuck it in a heart or something like that. But that's it. So these fancy, amazing looking crystals, it's just down to having a nice mould, and I'll put you the link for these moulds down in the description, and some gorgeous glitter. That's all it is. Anyway, here we go. So prepare yourselves for the magic. This is how I accidentally made what looks like, well, I think it does, bismuth. You can see through the back here, I did have some of it didn't sink. There's some in amongst the resin there too, but a lot of it did sink. So it should be right onto the spikes, and there it is. So whilst it's obviously not the shapes of bismuth, because bismuth does some really weird freaky shapes, it's like a sci-fi thing. This is obviously just the shape of a normal crystal mould, but look at that. So there you go. I did tell you it looked, you know, Like, it could be something fancy, something complicated. Oh, that's why it's soft. It's just a bit of overspill. And it's really seriously not. It's just about finding the right glitter. So there you go. That's the one that's called Dragon Scales from Jam Pot Glitters. I'll put you the link for that down below. But I bet you've got a huge stash of glitters at home. So if you've got a crystal mould of any shape, really, have a play. See what the glitters do. I was startled by how pretty this one was as well. So there you go. After me teasing you a bit with this video, it really is that simple. So if you like this one, if you can give me a thumbs up, that would be marvellous. And if you haven't already subscribed, all the buttons for everything are down here. And you should find down in the description below links for anything that were involved in making this lovely simple little project. Thanks everyone. I look forward to seeing you for the next one. Bye.